Welcome to The Critique. Today I am bringing another episode of Afua, Rose the Manslayer and her moist male supporters. Is this the beginning of the end to Afua, Rose and her feminist supporters? Let's watch this video and see their reaction to Roe vs. Wade, which was recently overturned. My views before we start. It is not just a woman's right. What about the men who equally contributed to producing that child? Anyway, enough of me.
They think that that women have an absolute right of bodily autonomy in this matter, whereas I think in the case of abortion, that right is qualified by the fact that another body is involved.
Danny, babe, first of all, reproductive rights are not up for debate. Secondly, if you think a bunch of cells deserve equal rights with women, then why aren't you trying to prevent men from masturbating to protect their precious, precious sperm cells? And thirdly, it is beyond obvious that your voice has no validity in this space. But you just couldn't help yourself, could you? You had to jump in there with your very important opinions and pretend this was a debate worth having. If you think this small, angry man doesn't carry any legitimacy, then join the Women's Equality Party today. Let's collectively show this man how unimportant his views are.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
So now that you're caught up, let's address why this is the shit of the biggest bull. First and foremost, I don't know why men at large won't just embrace feminism, because it's clear that a lot of you agree. You should be seen as equal to women. Second of all, unconditional love is a fallacy. With the exception of parent to child, everyone should place conditions on the people that they love. Y'all can't be out here giving people access to your heart with absolutely no expectations. Not in this economy. And lastly, even if unconditional love was a thing, please tell me how women are the ones that experience it. Quickly, within family dynamics, women are expected to cook, clean, raise children, and be completely submissive to their men. That sounds like conditions to me. Men constantly talk about what makes a woman wife material. Why? Because y'all have conditions for marriage. Y'all be arguing that a woman should prove her worth if she wants you to pay for Applebee's. And what about black women, trans women, plus size women, any woman that doesn't fit the beauty standard, loud women, masculine women, feminists, sex workers? You know, the ones that people constantly try to convince that they don't deserve love at all, let alone some fucking unconditional love.
If you do not have a uterus, I need you to shut the or speak the up. I'm tired of grimy men.
Hi, I don't have a uterus, and I'm more than happy to speak up. Tastes like victory. I want you to know I'm from Mississippi, and I personally spent $25,000 of my hard-earned dollars getting that case before the Supreme Court, overturning Roe v. Wade. And I want you and everybody else in this nation to know why. My whole life, people have told me since I was born disfigured with a penis, I get no reproductive choices. I get no legal way to separate myself from an unwanted pregnancy. That's right, here in Mississippi, I can have casual sex, obviously not intended to produce offspring. She gets pregnant, and she can decide to put it up for adoption, abort it, or she can decide to keep it and make me pay 30 to 40% of everything I make for 24 years. You're probably not even 24 years old. 24 years I can be made to pay for a child that I didn't want. It's not right, and it's not fair. Now I want you to know something. I have an object here. It has more power in it than Harry Potter's magical wand. It's called a checkbook, and I'm finally old enough to have disposable income. And I'm going to spend all of it, not just overturning Roe v. Wade, but attacking abortion on every level, state and local, across this nation, until women grow up and understand that you can't give rights to only half the population. That you have to give a man a chance to walk away from an unwanted pregnancy. You know, you can make the pain of Roe v. Wade go away simply by acknowledging my basic human rights. I don't know if you will or not. I don't expect you to like what happened with Roe v. I hope it hurt. That's why I did it, to get your attention. Now, are you going to give human rights to everybody? Or are you going to keep saying because you were born with this magical pink thing of wonder called a vagina, that you get all the say in the matter? Probably not. You're going to make me go all the way with this, aren't you?
I do not think that 50% of America should be told that they have to put their bodies at risk of life or death without their consent. It is barbaric, it is inhumane, it is unacceptable, and I hope every human being in this country understands that when you take away a woman's right to make her decisions about her health and well-being, she is no longer a full citizen. She no longer has freedom. She no longer has bodily autonomy. She no longer has basic civil rights or civil liberties. That is what this decision would do in America today. It may happen to your daughter. It may happen to your wife. It may happen to your mother. It may happen to your transgender friend. It may happen to anyone. And it is not acceptable. This is a life or death moment, and we need to fight like it is.
We're not talking about viable babies outside of the womb. We're not talking about women who have a healthy pregnancy in the third trimester. We're talking about Republican lawmakers who go out of their way to pander to evangelical voters by pretending like a group of cells in a woman's body deserves more protection than she does.
A fetal heartbeat may first be detected by a vaginal ultrasound as early as 5.5 to 6 weeks after gestation. That's when a fetal pole, the first visible sign of a developing embryo, can sometimes be seen. But between 6.5 to 7 weeks after gestation, a heartbeat can be better assessed. Most women do not realize they might, and I emphasize the word might, be pregnant after 4 to 5 weeks. Now when you decide to get rid of that life, make your appointment and visit a family clinic. In most cases, without the father's consent, this does not happen until, and I quote from medical journals. And I quote, medical and surgical abortions can generally only be carried out up to 24 weeks of pregnancy. So you tell me, is that child not living inside of you at the point of death? Now this is why we must defeat feminism in all its fractions. The woman coming up is a prime example of the evils which lies within feminism and the power-hungry supremacist regime they wield to bring any opposition down to its knees. Brothers, this is not just white women. Black women like Afua Rose is out here to destroy all men in the guise of helping vulnerable women.
Some rights and freedom that would tell you that. But since you seem to forget that, and you're all loud and proud with your big thoughts and your big ideas, and you wanna whatever fucking set up hot tubs in Ottawa. I'm a recruiter. It's a small industry, smaller than you'd think. Same with HR. So if you're looking for a job, or maybe trying to keep a job, maybe, just maybe, think about what you're putting on social media. Again, freedom fighters. I know you're not really big with stats and, facts aren't your thing, But what I can tell you, what is a fact, is that recruiters talk. And recruiters, like the majority of Canada, don't agree with you. Do you know what that means? Do you have any guesses? Any guesses what that means? What that means is that if you need a job, you might not get one. If you want to keep a job, you might not get to do that. And you know what else HR is good at? Documentation. You know what that means? You want to be an asshole. We document it. We give you a couple tries. Then what do? We terminate you. With cause. If we're so lucky. If not, we give you the minimum allowed by law. Either way, best of luck to you. Recruiters are watching. HR is watching. Everywhere. And we hate you. We hate you so much. And you think we can't do anything. But we can. We have the power. Always. Remember that. Doesn't matter if there's a fucking man at the top of your HR department. It's run by women. And it's run by angry women just like me. I'm so glad I got that off my It's been eating me up inside. And honestly, my heart goes out to you guys. I mean, you have families to feed, right? You brought your kids to this big event. You're freedom fighters. You're standing up. Oh, they will be so, so proud. So, so, so proud of you. Yourself. Yourself. Mwah. Love you.